Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am back to do my first ever budget review. In this video, I'm going to be doing the budget review for May. So I am excited to finally get this film. I wanted to do one for April, but I never really got around to it. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing this one for May. Now, I did go ahead and do kind of like a mock version in April just to kind of get a feel for it and how I want to lay it out. So I'll show y'all that real quick. I didn't fill it in because I was just laying it out, but this is the one I'll be referencing for May. So if you can see on this one, I have monthly goals, upcoming cash envelopes, and next month's goals. Going to keep it really straightforward, really simple. I have a little notes page here that I just kind of scribbled some of the goals onto, and so I'll be kind of referencing that, and I'll kind of be talking through a few things. This video should be pretty short and sweet, so I'm going to go ahead and jump on in. So of course I already have my budget review sticker down in May, so the next thing I'm going to go ahead and put down is the monthly goals and my washi. And let me flip back over. And then this is the page where I have filled in all the transactions, but this is actually for April. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So that would be part of the review normally, but I've yet to go in on April. What I was going to do is just switch up. Since I accidentally put April and May, I was going to do May and April, but I haven't got a chance to write down all the transactions, and I should probably start doing, maybe writing those down by the day. But yeah, so what I have left over from the May monthly budget kit and the add-on, basically what I'll be using from each one, I'll be using these text script here at the bottom, and then I'll just be using these 4 pieces of washi. So I do not have any sinking funds set up right now, but it's going to be one of my goals. I do include the debt snowball baby steps, and I do also include weekly check-in text script as well. But yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. So I've already, just that quick, mom brain, I've already forgotten what I was gonna put. Yeah, so monthly goals, upcoming cash envelopes, and then next month's goals. So monthly goals, and I guess I'll be able to go through each one as I do it. And really the monthly goals are just pretty straightforward. I mean, you know, it's not like rocket science. So basically pay the bills, pay off debt, save. But I actually do have some pretty, you know, legitimate ones. So the one monthly goal I have, and I guess I'll just do maybe like a little dash or whatever. So here, let me get y'all zoomed in a little bit more. So the main thing I have is to increase my income. That's the biggest thing. And though I do have a shop, it is not like a full-time income. So that's definitely something that either increasing sales or figuring out some type of additional source of income. So that'll be up sales, and of course like my YouTube and things like that aren't monetized. Plus whenever you do monetize YouTube, you have to get a lot of views to even like make any kind of money. So up sales, maybe part-time work, and like that's pretty much it. Maybe offer some expand product line so that, you know, it'll garner some interest. So expand products / maybe like marketing and alrighty. And so marketing and promo tactics. And yeah, so, you know, increasing income, basically I plan on, you know, doing that by upping sales, possibly part-time work, maybe expanding the product line to, you know, garner more interest and drive more sales, and then maybe doing some new marketing promo and marketing tactics, we'll see. And then another thing I like to do is to make early payments. I would love to say I want to make additional, but I would just like to make early payments so that I can go ahead and have things paid, before the due dates. So I make early payments. There's really no action plan for that. It's just more of looking at the budget and just kind of, seeing where I can reallocate things, or seeing, where I can maybe, just make sure that between, household essentials and expenses, what I can either move and shake around, or what I don't need, what I can take out to make early payments, so that I have a little bit more wiggle room at the end of the month, because the end of the month / beginning of the month is really bill heavy, and I would really like to, possibly get rid of some of those payments by paying them early. So another thing I would like to do is so that's like the two biggest monthly goals I have. There's really not a whole lot as far as like monthly goals. This is for, the budget review for what would have been May. And then so I'm kind of like back planning this, or kind of looking back at the month. So these are going to be a lot of the same ones that I go into June with as well. So if that kind of makes sense. But that's definitely something that, looking at, what I want to do. So I have some stuff included in the upcoming section as well. So again, because I did this April version a couple of days ago, and now, I don't remember. So yeah, upcoming is, so I'm just going to lay down this little piece of washi. And then for upcoming is what I'm excited about, because that's when I can look into the current month that we're in. So, and also another thing is, actually, instead of make early payments, I'm going to actually include that down in June. It was for May to make everything on time, because there's a lot of times where for me, I will actually, I used to have things on auto pay, but I changed it because it's better if you, even though auto pay is really convenient, it's better for you if you actually go in and make your payments yourself. So I kind of changed that, because there's been, some different things, information I've come across that, kind of discouraged against auto pay. So yeah. So actually May, that definitely would have been monthly goals, on time payments, which is usually not an issue. Like I say, without auto pay, I've gotten dependent on it in recent years. And so, yeah. So on time payments. And then so for upcoming, and that's what, I definitely want to focus on, because this is looking into June. So not only do I want to always increase income, for sure, but for upcoming, so we won't have my son's school, but I definitely want to kind of go ahead and start looking at back to school. So for one, vacation, because that's important. So these are upcoming things that are kind of on the agenda. Debt reduction. These are just kind of for my notes. And then as I'm going through the review, I'm just thinking of some additional things. Back to school prep. And early payments. So of course the budget review is very goal oriented. That's kind of how I want to have it set up. So I just put another little piece of washi. And these are just kind of like big picture things. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. That's more for when I actually do the setup and review, which is actually the June one's already up. But definitely upcoming is vacation, debt reduction, back to school prep, because believe it or not, even though it seems like it's the beginning of the summer, next month, July, starts back to school. So and then making those early payments. Alrighty, and then last up, and sorry I have to keep flipping back and forth. Like I say, I did this a couple of days ago. Cash envelopes, I'm not going to be getting into that yet, but I do want to set them up. So that may be something I actually include in the next month's upcoming. I have some different things I want to add. I want to start setting up for cash envelopes and actually sinking funds or something. So I guess I can put it over here, like a little asterisk, because those are definitely things that are on the agenda. So cash envelopes, and then sinking funds, especially sinking funds, because there's like, again, like a back to school budget, holiday budget, birthday budget. So I definitely want to, get those set up. Okay, so next month's goals for sure, and this is going to be very, very similar to, May's goals, because I can't think of anything super new that I need to focus on for this month, outside of like just saving if I can. So it'll most likely be like saving, debt reduction, increasing income. So saving for, well, let's see. Yeah. So debt reduction for one, because I want to lower my minimum payments. They're so high right now. So the only way you can do that is if you get the actual principal balance down. So lower min payments. I hate having minimum payments that high. There's some budget videos I watch, people have minimum payments that are even higher than the ones I have, and I'm just like, oh, it just sucks. So debt reduction, and then income, increase income, because you kind of need to increase your, no matter what someone tells you about creating a budget and about paying off debt, there's no way you can really do that without increasing your, you're already maxed out, especially if you're in debt. You need to, number one, create a budget, right? So you can see what what you're working with. And then once you see what you're working with, you need to see how much of that you can allocate toward, your debt. And you want to make sure that you're still able to pay your bills, eat, take care of your kids or your pets or, whatever yourself, that you can put gas in your car. And then you want to start, allocating whatever amount you can to pay off debt, and of course savings. So, a budget is more than just looking at your money and saying, okay, well, I make this, I'm going to pay all the bills with this, and then I'm just going to throw the rest in savings, I'm going to pay off you have to really comb through your budget with a fine tooth comb and think to yourself, okay, where's every dollar going, and then considering like the small things, not only with, debt reduction and saving money, you want to be able to have on top of saving an emergency fund. That's why I think sinking funds are also so important, but sinking funds and emergency fund are not the same thing. But you want to have an emergency fund for those just in case, things that happen. But sinking funds are kind of like your, I'm going to say kind of like baby emergency funds for each category. Not really emergency funds. They're more of like specialized allocated funds. So really quick, and I'll do another video on sinking funds once I actually get into setting mine up. But basically, so you you have Christmas coming up, and you want to have, that Christmas is going to cost, depending on your lifestyle or whatever you want to get yourself, or for the special people in your life, that Christmas is going to cost you $2,000. So throughout the year, you'll need to allocate, $2,000 divided by 12, or if you're going to do it by the week, maybe $2,000 divided by 52, however much that is. And, that's the amount of money you want to put into that particular sinking fund every week, every month, or bi-weekly, or whatever it is. But the only way that you can really allocate more money to things outside of pulling from other areas in your life, which may or may not be possible. So if you're maxed out across the board, then the only other way you can pay off debt or put money toward sinking funds or an emergency fund is to increase your income. So, that's one of the things that I think a lot of people, they start creating a budget, and then they think that, magical things are going to happen because they didn't have a budget, but you still have the same amount of money, but a budget just helps you to allocate it more effectively, you know? But if it comes down to your budget being maxed out, meaning like you get paid $4,500 a month, and by the time you pay your mortgage / rent, by the time you pay your car note, utilities, whatever your expenses and your bills are, by the time you buy food, put gas in your car, if you're completely maxed out and you're literally like bare bones, like I'm not even saying like you're overspending, like you're looking at everything and you're down to your necessities. Like you're not, there's no, there's no Hulu, there's no Spotify subscription. Like you're literally paying all your necessities. Everything you have in your budget is just like the necessities. You don't have anything extra and you're maxed out, then you have to increase your income. Like it doesn't matter how great of a budget you have. If you're only making enough money to meet your bills and your expenses and what it takes for you to live, and you can't decrease any of that any more than what you can, then you have to increase your income. So that's what it comes down to. I think that's the one thing that gets forgotten about a lot when people get into budgeting and money is there's a part of it where there's just sometimes not enough money to go around. So keep that in mind. Don't think that it's just you having a budget is a magical thing, because you can have a budget all day and still be broke, still not have any money because all your money's just maxed out. But hopefully in creating a budget, you'll be able to allocate your funds, more to where they work for you, where you have more money left over, or you realize you need to increase your income. And then with that increased income, you allocate that money properly, and then you have money, then you can start saving and putting money in places where it'll later or in the moment benefit you much better than your current situation. So anyway, I'm off of my soapbox. Just want to go over that. That's what I've noticed a lot, and a lot of budgeting videos and a lot of talk. But I know if you listen to Dave Ramsey, he definitely, highly recommends that if you don't have enough money to pay your bills or to go around, to create a solid budget and you're just maxed out, then you have to increase your income. And that can be, babysitting, cutting grass, part-time job, and, whatever, online business, whatever it is. Alrighty. So next month's goals is definitely lower the minimum payments by just reducing that debt, increasing my income. We talked about that a little bit at the beginning. And then kind of looking at setting up cash envelopes, but because I really want to get them set up. Let me see, all my kids' birthdays are, this month is June, so we have July, August, September. My daughter's birthday is in September, at the end of September. I have about 4 months for sinking funds. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I have it on upcoming, just things that I'm kind of, thinking through. But yeah, so next month's goals are definitely debt reduction and increasing income. And that's pretty much it. And just, mainly prepping for, back to school. And I want to create a budget for back to school. So that's one of the big parts. Back to school budget, because it's so easy to go overboard. And yeah, back to school budget, so easy, especially when you're buying clothes, shoes, supplies. It can be a lot. Okay, so that is my budget review. This is a little different than maybe what you're used to seeing for a budget review. Let me zoom out. Because it doesn't really involve numbers. It's more goal oriented about, what happened, what I see, what the goals for the month were, what are upcoming goals, and then what are the next month, or like what's upcoming as in looking at the next month, and then, setting goals off of that. And one of the ways I definitely plan on being able to, plan for vacation and even debt reduction is to, increase the income and then reduce those minimum payments. I have a little bit more to put into vacation, more to put into the back to school budget. So that is pretty much it. I hope you all kind of enjoyed this kind of, I guess, a little bit more of an unconventional look at a budget review, kind of minus the numbers, but it's more of the thought process of the budget, of the goals, and then just working toward them. Because at the end of the day, that's pretty much what a budget is. You're, figuring out a way to allocate your money best you can so that you can actually achieve those financial goals that you have, or those life goals that, involve money, whether we like it or not. You need money in the world we live in. And, it's a means to an end. And it's something that, it provides us with a way to live a certain lifestyle. It provides us with, the security of that lifestyle. And, it's a very important, part of our lives, especially here in America, in our capitalistic society. So that is it, you guys. Just kind of a little talk through of, the month's goals, the upcoming months, and then the next month. And I thought I was putting this piece of washi down good, but apparently not. So I hope you all will join me again. I may very well switch up the format of the budget review going forward, but for the most part, it will always be more of a goal-oriented thing. And, kind of be more like this, and probably more of like talking through and seeing areas where, there are areas of opportunity, and then areas where I actually improved upon. So yeah, guys, that is it for my kind of May budget review. And at the end of June, I'll come back and kind of talk through how I did as far as the goals I set for myself, on the May review, update on the upcoming, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you'll come back and join me. If you like my content, consider subscribing. And you can find me on social at Bliss and Faith over on Instagram. That's mainly where I'm at on social. You find me on Twitter and Pinterest as well. And yeah, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I would absolutely love it if you join me again. So hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment below if you have any questions or you want to give your feedback. And as I mentioned in my last video, if you do planning videos or even like budgeting videos, I would love to check you out. So leave me a comment below and let me know what you do, and I'd love to check you out. But until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.